Angela.
I'm Leah.
And we out here.
Hey y'all, so one of the stops on our 11-night cruise was to the island of Curaçao. This was probably our favorite island on the entire cruise. Hey y'all, we made it to Curaco or Curaçao. I don't know how to pronounce it the correct way. I'm gonna find out before the end of the day. But either way, we here. So as soon as you get off the ship, the walk to the port is very, very short. And actually the port is pretty small in my opinion. If you don't have an excursion planned, you should probably plan one because I don't think you would be able to kill all the time just enjoying the port alone. But I saw these athletes and I thought I had to take a photo of that. It was so beautiful to me. Part of the excursion that we chose was a tour of the island. The first half of the tour is on foot, and then the second half of the tour is on a bus, air-conditioned bus. So keep that in mind if you do plan on booking this one. First thing we did was we walked through this fort. So every island in the Caribbean has some type of fort, usually some Spanish fort, and that's basically how the Spanish protected what they claimed as their territory, right? So this was their fort here. Now this one was different than some of the forts we've seen because they kind of changed it. Like a lot of them leave them as are or make it so that you can kind of visit them and see inside of them, kind of like a museum. But this one made it so that there's like stores and shopping and food inside of it. So it's much, much different than the other forts that we've been to, but also pretty cool. So while we're here, y'all, be sure to like this video and comment down below and let us know what you think. Have you been to Curaçao before? Do you plan on going anytime soon? Are you here because you want to go on this excursion and you see how it went? And subscribe to our channel, y'all. We post weekly videos every single Friday, so you will get consistent content from us. And we post shorts about 3 times a week, all right? Like this video, comment, and subscribe.
All right, so right now we are standing at the Rif Fort.
The view from this bridge was so beautiful. Now, you do have to catch this bridge at certain times. They do have a flag that will let you know, depending on the color of the flag, whether the bridge is down or whether it is up. If it is up, if you want to get to the other side of the island, you do have to take the ferry. We'll show you what that looks like at the end of the video because the bridge was up on our way back to the ship where we had to take the ferry back to get across the island. Of course, you can wait. So you can wait until they lower the bridge, but you don't know how long that'll take. This is the floating market. It was so beautiful. They have lots of fruit and different goods and produce here. They told us that a lot of the people who sell here are Venezuelan, and they gave us a history about it. I don't remember it all, but I'm sure if you look it up, you'll be able to find it on the internet. And if you do go through here without a tour, be understanding that they are very aggressive sellers. So if you don't really want to buy anything, then walk on the other side of the sidewalk. So then that way you don't have to have the fear of saying, no, you don't want to buy anything. Or if you're a person who can't say no to things, then just walk on the other side of the street. But it was really nice, very beautiful, right on the water and easily accessible from the port. I want to say at this point, we're no more than a 10 minutes walk away from the ship. So throughout the island, it has such beautiful artwork everywhere. All different artists, just beautiful work. So we had to take some photos and videos of the artwork, and who wouldn't want to? It just looks good. The walking tour was not too bad. I want to say I don't think we were walking for more than 30 to 45 minutes. And then we went off into the caves, which you'll see shortly. The caves are probably the highlights of the tour. And then we also went to see some of the signs. So, every city, every island has this sign that you can take a picture next to, like here where it says Curaco. They also had one that said like Dushi, which means like my sweets or my baby. And then this was the Chi-Chi, the older sister. She gave us the history on this as well. I was conflicted. I didn't
Yeah,
know
it
if it
says
was
Chi
offensive
Chi.
or
This is
not.
my Dushi and Chi Chi. Chi Chi stands for the eldest female sibling because she has a lot of responsibilities in the home when the mother's out working. And she thick. Strong, proud Caribbean.
One thing that surprised me about Curaçao and Aruba, especially Aruba, is that a lot of the land is desert land. So you'll see like cacti and all type of like dry land. It just really surprised me. I didn't expect it on these islands, but we've made it to the caves, and I'm excited to show you all.
Lots of succulents. Very douchey. My douchey.
If you're not from places like Florida, Puerto Rico, or other tropical places, these large lizards and iguanas might scare you a little bit. They are wild. They don't bother you though, but they are cool to look at. So the caves are actually above ground, okay? They are hot, they are humid, so bring that understanding when you go, okay? Most of the places in the caves, they do not allow you to take photos. So the reason that you're just seeing us walk up the steps and then immediately in this area is because this is the only area that they allow us to take photos in. They did allow us to see this Virgin Mary statue and take photos of this as well. But when you first walk in the caves and when you first walking, so the first majority of the cave tour, you won't be able to film or take pictures. They do show you like bats in here. So we saw like a corner of the cave which had like so many bats. They were really small. They're mostly asleep and they shouldn't, I don't think they'll bother you. They didn't even come out when they were flashing a light on them so to show us. So I don't think they'll bother you if you have a fear. Um, they do have fans in this cave system. Uh, it works a little. You'll still be very hot. One history behind it that this cave that I thought was interesting is that they told us that the enslaved would often run here to run away from slavery.
And it's only for Pentagon because it is more than 20,000 years old. We're standing on the highest part of the cave. From the hole, the HDR 17 meters, about 51 meters. The green color is an algae. It's a green because sunlight is coming. In the daytime, it's supposed to have bats flying around even inside the chimney. So, I gave you 3 minutes to take pictures of those. Time. 1, 2.
As you can see, the tour groups can be pretty large. I think it all really depends on the day that you're there. If it's a popular day, if there's multiple groups. So even to get up to the caves, we had to wait in line. There was like a group or two that was ahead of us, and then we had to wait to walk up the steps. Those steps were pretty steep. So I would not consider these caves accessible. So if you have mobility issues or if you use assistance to walk or are in a wheelchair or use a walker or anything like that, you probably won't be able to do this activity. Okay. Not very accessible at all. So you got to be able to move around on your own to walk up to the caves because these caves are above ground, and then to walk around inside of the caves as well. There's a few steps within the cave system. So once you get in, there will be other groups touring. It does get pretty crowded, but it didn't really take away from the experience to me. And then once we stepped out and got some fresh air, we were relieved. It felt so amazing to feel the cool air.
She's walking out of the cave. I see why the Indians wouldn't have came up here. Because this is no steps, you know? There, you just hiking up here.
You're gonna find a little bit of everything here at the field.
In total, this tour was a couple of hours, and then we still had some time afterward to continue to explore on our own before we had to be back to the ship. So we ended up walking the same route that the tour guide took us because we wanted to see some of the things that we didn't really have a lot of time to see while we were walking with the tour. One of them including the douchey sign that I told you about earlier. We went and took pictures by that. We went to that little square area. We grabbed some snacks, some desserts, and it was a pretty nice time.
We decided to get some ice cream, and we have grape nut because it was almost gone, and chocolate flake or something like that. So let me see. I'm going to try the grape nut. I've never had grape nut ice cream. Let's see. Okay. I agree with what Boo said. It does taste like butter pecan, but the nuts are true. That's true. Okay. It's not bad.
By the time that we finished up, the bridge was up, so we could not walk across the bridge to get back to the ship. So we did have to take a ferry back to the other side of this water here. Now the ferry was pretty packed. Okay, we did not get to sit. Seating is limited. We did have to stand the whole time. You have two options. You can ride this ferry, or you can wait until they put the bridge back down. I don't know how long it takes to wait, and we didn't want to miss any time in order to be back in time for our ship, so we took the ferry.
Okay, we're riding the ferry back over.
Alright, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We had a really good time in Curaçao, and we hope to return sometime soon. This cruise in general was really fun. It was 11 nights, and we have videos for each of those ports coming for you soon, so be sure to tune in every single Friday. If you have not subscribed already, please do so. We are excited to bring you the videos, and we hope you enjoy.
It's been sweet
Check us out next week
when we out here
in these streets. Peace.